Okay. Hey guys. I'm back. I know I said I would be making videos a lot more often. It's been a couple weeks since the last one, and I apologize for that, if anybody even cares. Um, but I'm here with my friend Preston. But that means hi. That means hi. Okay, there he is. Um, okay, he's there. So we're gonna be ranking running backs going into the season. We will slightly factor in like their overall career, but it's a majority of how we rank them is going to be based on last season's statistical performance and just overall how good they were. Um, okay, so the tiers we have elite, so those are the best of the best. Probably only going to be like at most like 6 or 7 running backs in there. We have the good tier; those are for your above average to really good running backs who not quite elite, but still up there. You have your okay running backs, so your guys who aren't the best, but they can get it done. They can get yards, get touchdowns. Underwhelming were for some like disappointing running backs, didn't do as great as everyone had hoped, and just need a better year to keep their starting spot. You have bad, which are just for the dog shit running backs. Don't know yet, mainly for younger guys or people who didn't play much. Are there even really any rookies in here? I mean, Jonathan Brooks barely played, so he'll probably go there. And then that's didn't play much slash injured, so he'll actually probably go there. So let me just get those guys out of the way real quick. So we're gonna put Jonathan Brooks and where is my boy at? Right here, Blake Corum. Christian McCaffrey was injured. I mean, he played enough to where we probably could rank him, but we'll just leave him there. Um, I don't even think Gus Edwards was a starter last year. He wasn't. What team is he even on now?
I thought he was on the Chargers. I don't know what he's on now.
I think he was last year, but I don't know where he is now. He wasn't even the starter last year. The starter for the Chargers was Dobbins, who's actually pretty good. We'll get into him if he's even on here. Is he? Dobbins, Dobbins, Dobbins. Yeah, they don't even have J.K. Dobbins on here, bro. He was so like he's actually really good. He's underrated. Okay, yeah, Dobbins isn't on here, but just so you guys know, I put him in good. All right, so starting off the list, we have Aaron Jones for the Minnesota Vikings, although his picture is in the Packers uni. He was pretty good last year. He's getting there in age. He's like, what, 30, 31 right now? So he's probably only got a couple more years left as a starter before it becomes like a mentor, just flat out retires. But he did
I
pretty
would
damn good.
I wouldn't say he's elite. I'd say he's
No,
good.
yeah, he's definitely good. He's not elite anymore,
He's
but
top 10, top 5 or 6.
yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna check his stat. Yeah, he ran for over 1,100 yards. He only had 5 touchdowns, which is a little sad, but 1,100 yards, averaged 4.5 yards a carry, which is pretty good. He's still really good for being. How old is he? Like
Oh,
he's 30 or
30.
31. All right, Aaron Jones, we'll put you in good. All right, now we have Alvin Kamara.
Oh,
He was really good 2 years ago, I think.
here's
No, not
elite.
even. 2 years ago, he was even worse. He had 950 yards and 6 touchdowns this year, averaged 4.2 yards a carry. Alvin Kamara, I never even realized this because
He got injured the
yeah, he
season
did,
though.
but he had 228 carries last year, which was like over almost 50 more carries than he had the year before, and he had even though he got injured. I don't know his injury history. I don't pay attention to Alvin Kamara too much, but I know that surprisingly, he's never even hit the 1,000 yard mark in his career. A little crazy. I'm kind of a casual, so I'm not gonna know that off the top of my head. But
Mid.
I'll put him in underwhelming. Not okay. Underwhelming. He's always been kind of underwhelming. Like he could have been so. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's still a pretty damn
More
good
of
back.
a
You what?
more of a receiver. He's
Yeah,
more of a receiving. End.
yeah. Hey, your mic's cutting out by the way, so it's probably gonna pick that up in the video.
Great.
Um, I mean, there was that one year in 2020 he had 932 yards and 16 touchdowns on the ground, which was by far his best year, I think. And he did
Yeah.
he did that with only 187 carries. He didn't even have 200 carries in that season.
Mhm.
All right, Bijan. Bijan's elite, dude.
Yeah.
He
There's
had the
no
most
debate about.
he had the most slept on season last year. Nobody really people only talked about Saquon or Henry's seasons. Nobody talked about Bijan. Bijan had I know this off the top of my head. He had like 1,500 yards and like I don't know how many touchdowns though. Yeah, he had 1,460 yards and 14 touchdowns last year. Easily the most slept on back or running back season last year. He's going to
Yeah.
be fantasy demon for anybody that drafts him, by the way, aka me. I drafted him in the first round because we did an early fantasy draft. Brees Hall. This Brees Hall is the definition of underwhelming.
Yeah.
He was drafted in what the first or second round and projected to be one of the best running backs in the league by the end of his rookie season. And he's been he had one decent year. Let me look. I checked the stats so I can fact check myself before I embarrass myself. Yeah, his rookie year very disappointing. 400 just over 450 yards and four touchdowns. Sophomore season a lot better yard wise. He had 223 carries for 995 yards and five touchdowns, averaged 4.5 yards per carry. And then last year he had 210 or 209 carries for 876 yards and five touchdowns. Hasn't hit that 1,000 yard mark yet. Only hit 900 yards one or only hit over 900 yards one season. So until he takes that true step, I think he's just going to be in the underwhelming tier.
Hmm.
One of the biggest fantasy busts of the past couple seasons, other than fucking Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
We're taking him first round last year, and look what happened. Okay, Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson is slept on. I'm probably not put. I'm probably not going to put him in the good tier yet, but he had a pretty quiet season last year. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but he had just under 800 yards. I think it was 799 on the dot, and then like eight touchdowns.
Yeah, but for RB1.
I mean, it's not amazing, but he's still young, and I don't think he was drafted super high. I think he was drafted in what the third round. So I think he could turn out to be a really good running back. I'm gonna put him in okay. So like your average starter.
Eh, I think
DeAndre.
I'd lean him more bad, but
I'm not putting him in bad. Bad's for dog shit. The tier between okay and bad is underwhelming, which is where I put like Kamara and Brees Hall. And another guy I think I'm going to put here is DeAndre Swift. He's just not that
yeah, it's
great.
bad.
He's just not that great.
You could argue he'd be in bad. Is he
I'm
that
not going to
good?
put him in bad, but if he has another season, like if he doesn't, I don't know. He's just not super good. Oh, hold on. I mean, last season, his season last year really wasn't too horrible. He ran for uh 960 yards and six touchdowns, which is better than Kamara and Brees Hall did, and better than Brian Robinson did, really. So I guess we can
Hmm.
put him in okay, but he's not good. I don't think he's definitely not Chicago's. I don't think he's Chicago's answer at running back.
Definitely not.
He could like maybe he could be their like second string running back, like how Ben Johnson in Detroit ran a two back system with Gibbs and Demo. He could do that with DeAndre Swift and whoever else. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't see DeAndre Swift as a long term solution in the backfield for the Bears.
Yeah.
Now we have David Montgomery. David Montgomery just like
He's
Greg
good.
Williams. He was in a two back system, didn't get all the carries for his team, but he
I
still
think
had a really good statistical season. And honestly, he was kind of a little he was a little a mini monster on fantasy last year for me.
I think he's pretty good.
I'll put him in the good. I'll put him behind Aaron Jones, but he is in the good tier.
He's like 28 or something like that. So he's gonna start regressing soon.
Yeah, but he's still really good. Derrick Henry, I mean,
Elite. There's no question anymore.
top two running back in the league, and he's like what 31 going 32,
Yeah.
and he just had probably one of the best seasons of his entire career.
If you're counting full career, he's number one.
Yeah, but we're not. It's mainly based off last season. All
Yeah.
right, Devon Achan. I don't even know what his stats were. I think he did okay. Like I think he had pretty good.
I mean, he probably should be a receiver at this point.
Yeah, he had 907 yards and six touchdowns off of 203 carries. His rookie season, he had 103 carries and 800 yards. So he averaged just under 8 yards a carry, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But last
The sad
season,
is that all these speed demons are on the Dolphins when you have Tua at quarterback, who's notorious for his weak arm. So
yeah, granted I am biased because I am a Buffalo fan, but I just don't think Tua is a great quarterback. But we don't need to get into that because this is the running back ranking, and I think Devon Achan has a lot. He's very talented. He has a lot of promise. He just hasn't hit that full mark yet. But he did. He is showing that he can be a very capable RB1 for Miami. So
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put
I
him.
mean,
I'm gonna put him at the top of okay, just under good.
yeah, didn't he get like traded to the Rangers or something like that?
No, he got drafted by Miami in 2023 when Stroud got drafted.
Yeah.
All right, now we have Zeke. Zeke used to be one of the best backs in the league,
Oh,
and that wasn't a
bad,
question. But now he's so bad now.
bad.
He's not that good.
Yeah, he would be an RB3 on any other team except for the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, he's not even on the Cowboys anymore. I don't even know what team he's on now. What?
Free agent.
Yeah, he's a
I think
free
he's still
agent.
a
Hey, Bears, that's your solution. Okay, now we have
front.
Pacheco. Pacheco's good.
Pacheco,
Is he
he's on
better?
the line of he's on that line of elite.
I don't think he's on the line of elite.
I think he's better than Montgomery.
I don't. I don't know about that. I mean, all right, he was injured last year, so I'm not gonna like diss on him for only having 310 yards and one touchdown last season. But the season before that, he ran for 935 yards and seven touchdowns off of 205 touches, and then his rookie season off of 170 touches, he ran for 830 yards and five touchdowns. He's never he averaged 4.9 yards a carry in his rookie season, 4.6 sophomore season, and last year only 3.7. But we're not entirely going to count last season because he was injured. Um, I think
Just the way
he's
he plays.
good. You what?
Yeah, I think it's just the way he plays.
He's a very strong runner.
Statistically, statistically he's never going to be like a elite. I don't think, but he's just really,
He's not
really.
necessarily a speedster kind of like an elusive back like guys like Jameer and Bijan are.
You're never going to see him break out for a really big season. Never going to get 1,500 yards, but he'll get 1,300 probably
Yeah,
some point.
I think he will. I think Pacheco is a very bruising and punishing running back. He runs with pure grit and just anger, and I like that kind of style. And I think he's very good. As of right now, I do think Demo is better than Pacheco, but by the end of next season, Pacheco could easily be like like a borderline top five running back, and that's being generous, yes, but he is very talented.
Mm.
All right, now we have Jameer. That's another top guy,
Elite.
elite. Now,
That's
is he better than Bijan? I I think slightly.
I'd say
It's very close. They're kind of like a
Peter,
three A 3B for me at running back.
Young had better numbers. I don't see a way you wouldn't put him ahead.
Who?
He's in a two back system. He outpaces him on offense.
Yeah. but they're very close for me. I think like because I think Derrick Henry's my two, and then Saquon is my one. Spoiler alert. And then I think Jameer Gibbs and Bijan are probably my 3A, 3B. Like they're so close in talent for me.
For me, Saquon's it. Well, let's just might as well do Saquon now.
Okay.
Already got him on our minds.
All right, Saquads.
I
Madden
I
cover.
think Saquon for me, he's really good. He's really good. Now, do I think he's better than Derrick Henry? That's hard to say because you're on one of the best O lines probably ever. You're on one of the best teams ever. There's not if you're on defense, if you're gonna guard the run game like the Chiefs did, you're gonna have Jalen Hurts pass all over you. Now, Jalen Hurts has so many weapons, hard for him not to be good whenever you cover the run. Now, what they mostly do is cover the pass because you have to cover the pass in today's systems. So the running lanes are left wide open.
Yeah.
Team like the Ravens really run heavy. It could be Saquon's numbers, but the thing is that you go into against the Ravens, you say, let's cover the run. And that's the only thing you're going to do.
Mhm.
The difference is consistency, really, in numbers.
Actually, hey, real quick, I'm gonna put Pacheco at injured because I don't feel like ranking him because he was injured. Anyway, back to Saquon. Now he had unarguably the best offensive line in the league last season when he ran for his 2,000 yards. Um, but the thing
2,000 yards
is,
count.
the thing is, it's not that the O line carried him and he's not the best because when he was with the Giants, they've always had below average to very bad offensive lines, and he's still been an absolute backfield maniac. He just didn't have his chance to statistically shine until he actually got help up front. But he's still always been a demon in the backfield, even with poor offensive lines from New Jersey.
You could say the same thing about Derrick Henry and the Titans.
I suppose that is true.
The
Yes,
sole reason that team ever made the playoffs.
that
Can't
is
lie
true.
about that.
All right, they're very 1A 1B, just like I think Jameer Gibbs and Bijan are 3A 3B, but um, I still think Barkley is slightly better.
The thing about Barkley is he can catch you out for a really big run. Derrick Henry's not going to do it, but he's going to consistently get his 5, 6 yards carry.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna move on to James Conner. James Conner is decent. He's getting there in age. He's like 29 years old. I think he was pretty decent with Pittsburgh in his earlier years, and then he went to Arizona, and he's been okay. He hasn't been like the
I
greatest.
think it's helped because he's just the running back. I don't think he's that good, but I don't think he's horrible. I think he's an RB1. I'd put him in RB2 though. If you're on a really
Yeah.
good team, he's an RB. If you're on a
Well,
bad team, he's your RB.
last season he ran for just under 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns, and then the season before he ran for another 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns and averaged 5 yards a carry.
And good numbers, not necessarily the man who's going to carry your franchise.
Yeah, I am gonna put him in good. I'm gonna put him in good, but he's not better than Demo in my opinion.
For me, I'd put him next to like Brian Robinson Jr., for example.
Oh no, no, no! I do think he's definitely better than Brian Robinson.
I think he's better, but I think they're close. I think
I
Brian
don't
had
I
like
don't
what?
think it's very close. James Conner is really good. Is he top 10? Probably not, but he is up there.
I
He's
don't.
really good.
He's
He
probably like 12,
he's not a
maybe
long term
13.
solution. Personally, I think Trey Benson is going to be really good for Arizona, but as of right now, James Conner has solidified himself as a cornerstone in Arizona's offense, and without a healthy James Conner, your Arizona's run game is not going to be 100%.
Uh,
All right, now we move on to James Cook.
a good fit for him would probably be the Bengals.
Who?
Connor.
Oh, all right. Well, we're moving on to James Cook. He's good. I do think he was better than
Yeah,
Aaron Jones.
I think he's in the good category for sure. I think he's top 10.
Yeah, I think he is top 10. but only because of that season. The season before, his first two seasons weren't like very
He
good.
didn't get like 900 yards. He got like 900 yards. That's pretty good.
Who, Cook this
For,
year?
for this part, the offense is just let Josh Allen carry.
Wait. Are you talking about this year? Yeah, you're talking about this year. Yeah, this year he ran for just over 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns, which I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, he was top three in running backs for rushing touchdowns, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah,
And
he's a beast.
he averaged 4.9 yards of carry, which is above average and is pretty damn good. Then the season before, he did have over 1,100 yards and averaged 4.7 yards per carry, but he only
The
had two
one,
touchdowns.
the one kick on him is underwhelming stats. You could say for having an insane O line. 16 touchdowns. I didn't watch him that much, but that came out of nowhere considering the Josh Allen push.
Really, really,
Do that a lot.
the Josh Allen tush push. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't work, but you can't deny the fact that they did some 1 yard line sneaks at least. So it's just surprising he got 16 touchdowns because I'd assume most of those would come from a goal line stand. But
Um, okay. Anyway, um, James Cook. Yes, I think he's very good. He is top 10, but I wouldn't say he's quite there when it comes to being in the elite category just yet. If he has another season this year with over 1,000 yards and above 10 touchdowns, I will happily put him in the elite category.
I think he's gonna have a breakout year.
It is a contract year because he really wants that extension, but Buffalo's not comfortable paying him what he wants just yet. So I think if he plays as good as he thinks he can this season, then I think Buffalo definitely should give him that money that he wants.
I'm thinking he probably gets around like if he has a breakout year, probably 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, probably be it.
Well, if he had
I think
if he
if
had
not,
1,600 yards and over 15 touchdowns or more, uh, he would probably be arguably a top five back in the league just off that season.
potentially.
So if he wants the contract anywhere between 15 to 18 million annually that he wanted, then he's got to earn it. And I think this year he definitely has
I mean,
he has the shot. And if
to
he does,
afford that contract a year like that, because that's what Derrick Henry's getting paid. So
yeah,
he's just getting like 50, 20 mil a year.
yeah, but yeah, James Cook has got to earn that. And if he doesn't earn it, I don't think the Bills should sign him because we already have Ray Davis and Ty Johnson, who have both proven themselves to be pretty damn good backs. Ray Davis is a really good running back, and Ty Johnson's amazing in the receiving game. All right. Anyway,
Replace Cook, but they can get close.
yeah. Javante. He's. I don't necessarily want to say he's bad because he was like okay in Denver, but he's definitely underwhelming.
Any Denver running back from last year, get him out of bad tier.
All right, I'll bump him down.
If you're arguing, if you're arguing against me, you don't know football.
If you what?
If you argue that the fact that the Denver run room was at least decent, you just don't know ball.
Okay. All right. Because you do. All right. Anyway,
Like
Jalen Warren. He's he's
he's
okay.
I think I as much as I want to say he's a sleeper, he's probably a little underwhelming.
I, but I mean,
I
he
love,
was the
love
backup last year. He's
mhm.
been the backup.
I love him in Madden rebuilds, but I mean
Preston, hey Preston, we're not in Madden, dude.
I'm aware.
But he's been the
Uh,
backup to Najee for I don't know how long. So, but I think now that he has a chance to be the starting running back in Pittsburgh, I think he actually could have a pretty damn good season.
yeah,
I'll put him in okay. I'll put him behind everybody like Brian Robinson and DeAndre Swift, but I won't bump him down to underwhelming just because he was the backup, and I don't think he's had a real shot in Pittsburgh
I
to
wouldn't
start
rate
to
him.
apply himself. You would what?
I wouldn't rate him. Yeah, enough experience.
I'm gonna put him in okay. I'm fine with rating him, putting him in okay. Joe Mixon, I think this guy's elite.
There's no denying that.
I
What
mean,
is it
he
like?
had
One of
a
the worst, and he still does insane.
yeah, he did really good with Houston last year. He kind of hard carried their offense.
And then you also look at where he's been. Like the Bengals was a drop off in the running game significantly when he leaves. Which I mean, this was expected, but not that much.
Yeah. All right,
What do you
Jonathan
want to
Taylor.
do?
I
JT?
I want to put JT at the bottom of elite behind Joe Mixon.
I do too. Anything else good? It's hard. I think he had a down year this year. Pretty sure.
I think he had a pretty good season, dude. I always have to fact check myself. Yeah. Oh, he had a monster season this year, Preston. You completely whiffed on that. He ran for over 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Just that season's elite.
Yeah.
I don't. You could argue against that for having a season like that.
And then now we have another guy who's arguably, I don't know if I want to put him in elite or if I want to put him in the top of good, but I mean, based on his season last year, he's got to go in elite. He's got to go over JT. That would be my buddy from the Packers, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I don't. I think he got better moving on from the Raiders.
He did.
Got older, but he got better.
He had that monster season in 2022 with Vegas, and then in 23 he only had 800 yards and 6 touchdowns, and then he went to Green Bay and he ran for over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I think he definitely deserves to be an elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we have K9. K9 is good, but he's not elite. I will put
Yet
him. I'll put him. Yeah, I'll put him between Aaron Jones and Demo.
he has a high ceiling and a, I'd say, low floor because he's probably at least going to get 1,000 yards every season.
Hopefully.
Mm.
Uh, Kyron Williams. I don't want to put him in elite, but I mean,
Top of
he's.
good. You got you.
I mean, like you just can't ignore the stats. He ran for like
I,
1,300 yards on the dot and 14 touchdowns.
you either put him at the top of good or the bottom of elite.
I feel like we have too many people in elite to where we can't. I don't think we can fit him in there though. We already have 7 people in elite.
Probably just top of good.
Yeah, I
Me
mean,
personally, I would take him over Jonathan Taylor, but
I would
can't really
too.
deny this.
All right, Najee Harris, he's good, but I'm probably gonna
He's
put
underrated.
him. I'm gonna put him right above K9. Honestly,
I put him before.
I'm
I
fine with
think
that.
K9 power pick.
I think K9 has all the talent and all the potential to be miles better than Najee. But as it stands right now, I do think Najee is a slightly better back, and I think Najee will have a really good season in LA under Jim Harbaugh, who is a run heavy head coach. He loves to run it, and I think Najee paired with Omari and Hampton in that two back system will make for an amazing run game for the Chargers.
I think they'll probably give Najee for like 1, 2 years and probably get rid of him.
Probably, but
If he does bad.
I
He's gonna
think
have to fight.
Najee's still gonna be great.
He's gonna have to fight for that contract when it comes up.
Yeah.
Like years.
Nick Chubb injured. Sad. One of the saddest stories I've seen in football
He's so
in
underrated.
years.
So injury prone.
and I don't think he's gonna get all that much. I mean, he's going. He got signed by the Texans. He's gonna be the bat or the second string behind Mixon, who's solidified himself as a top running back. And I think Nick Chubb's really only gonna get used as maybe a
Third
third down back or a goal line back.
down.
So he probably won't even have like 400 yards, and I mean I think he'll probably have a pretty decent amount of touchdowns, like probably anywhere between 5 to 8 touchdowns, but I don't think he's going to have very many yards, and he's just never. I don't think he's ever going to get a starting job again.
Probably not.
Rashad White, he's the backup. I really want to just rate him and then call him Bucky Irving, but I'm not going to disrespect Rashad White like that. So we're just going to put him in.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even think he's better than Brees Hall. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of underwhelming, right behind Kamara and Brees Hall.
Yeah, I guess.
He was pretty
Think
good.
about Kamara. Kamara is like more of a receiver. He's a running back.
He's still a running back, Dustin. Okay. Raheem Mostert. I mean, he was the backup to Devon Achane, but he's still decent. You know.
Speed. No, the speedster.
Yeah, he is
I
very
don't
fast.
think he's fast. He had a couple really good seasons.
Yeah.
Say that.
I'm gonna put him at the bottom of okay. I'm gonna put him over guys like Kamara and Brees Hall.
I think he's better than him.
What?
You say bottom or top?
Bottom of okay. I put him over Kamara and Brees Hall.
Yeah.
All right, Ramondre Stevenson. I think he's also okay. I am gonna put him over Mostert, but I'm also gonna put him
Yeah.
over Jalen Warren.
I don't wonder.
Nope. All right, Tony Pollard, one of the most underrated running backs in the league. This man is good. He is good. I am putting
I
him.
wouldn't. I wouldn't put him over anybody.
What?
I would put him over anybody.
Well, Preston,
Underrated, I get.
that, my friend, is where we disagree. Hold on.
Big thing I have
All right, here.
is
I won't.
big thing I have. He got himself into a situation where you cannot possibly fill the hole you went into. So I mean, you're never gonna fill the hole Derrick Henry had. So it makes him look bad. But also, again, big thing about being a good running back is helping win games.
Yeah.
He
But
helped.
I put him
Didn't
over.
really do.
I put him over James Conner, and I also put him over Demo.
And
But
makes sense.
I was going to put him over K9, but I know I'm not. I know I shouldn't because that's not correct. So he's right under K9.
I think K9 underrated.
Travis Etienne Jr.
Ugh.
He's underwhelming. I mean, he's better than Kamara and Brees Hall, but he's kind of just underwhelming,
Yeah.
man. He has the potential to be such a great running back in Jacksonville, and he just hasn't shown it yet. You what?
Like I don't know if it's summer. He's not. He hasn't had a good season ever.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even have 600 yards last year and only 2 touchdowns. In 2023, he had 1,000 yards and 11. In his rookie season, he had over 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. So his first 2 seasons were pretty good. But last year, was he injured? I don't even know if he was injured. He was probably injured.
I don't.
No, actually, I think Tank Bigsby just took over after him.
Yeah. Dare I say bad though?
No, I think he's underwhelming. He's young. He's only like 25 years old, maybe 26. He still has time to become a good running back. Trey Benson. I like Trey Benson. But is he better than any of these guys yet? Not yet. But I do think he will be better than a lot of these guys. I'm going to put him. No, we're going to put him at don't know yet, really.
I think he's probably better than ETN.
He obviously could be, yeah. But as of right now, we're just going to put him in don't know yet. And then Zach Moss, dude, he's the backup in the Colts. I mean, he or wherever he is now. I don't know if he's with the Colts, the Bengals, who he's with, the Browns. I don't even know. He's
Got a
with some
chance.
sort of Midwest team, but he's the backup. He didn't play much, so we're just gonna put him at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, includes today's running back tier list. So to cap it off, in the elite category, we have Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Jameer Gibbs, Bijan, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor. And then in good, we have Kyron, Cook, Jones, Najee, K9, Pollard, Demo, and Connor. And then you guys can read the other ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed our video rating running backs. Feel free to let me know what you guys think, and especially feel free to let me know how stupid you guys think I am, because I am kind of a casual. I'm trying to be more knowledgeable, but I am a casual at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.